Hello, everybody. This is Mickey Mao with CartoonMoneyPrinters.com. Today is Wednesday, January 29th, 2025. Um, Pretty kind of choppy day. I am joined today with KermixAlot. Kermix, why don't you go and say hey?
Hey guys,
Um,
how's that thing going?
yeah, we took Monday off. I had some things to do. So we're going to hit it again today. Today we're going to be going over. Do you want to explain it?
Yeah, I'll explain it. So basically, I wanted to kind of. It really helps your patience when you can anticipate, on average, how many signals you'll get every day on a certain coin. So, for the first example, I'm going to go over Bitcoin, and we'll see if I get the exact same results, but it'll be really close. So basically, using the low time frame, let me go back to. I'm not even going to look at pivots or anything like that. So I'm going to go back to a more simple chart, and the way I set it up is the ribbon. I kind of moved the numbers a little bit. It was 15, 20, 24, 30, 36. Now I'm using 12, 15, 24, 30 for the ribbon. And I'm using 240 as my kind of a macro view of it's not that macro, but for scalping and day trading, it is. And I want to trade in the direction of the 240. And I put the rules up in the chat. let me go and grab them.
Um, I was gonna ask you to open up your settings on that real quick.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, perfect. All right, go to style. All right, so you have the columns on your RSI2, which is the white bars on the par indicator. Just so everybody knows, there's a quick screenshot. That's what he is doing to get the indicator to look like that. You can do any of the options there. Yeah, go ahead and open that up. There's a bunch of different things you
Well, I
could
just
do.
want to show this is what it looks like with just a line.
Yeah.
And then I'm just kind of a, it's just a preference thing.
Yeah, I like yours. Yours is set up nice. Sorry to interrupt, but go ahead and do your thing.
Absolutely. So let me go get the rules and I will put them up in here. And well, I did not pin them because I couldn't. Okay, so here.
I can do it for you if you want.
Okay, copy those and put them in the chat in here as well. So I'll read them again right now. So for the rules to take a long or short, and what I'm doing here is basically just taking the best entries, and I'm not even trading it when it crosses the zero line. I'm not going to be entering that. It has to. Most of the ribbon needs to go into the oversold or overbought zone. Okay, once it goes in, you're ready. You're ready, right? Then you want to make sure that the 240 is flat or in the same direction or super overbought or oversold. Okay, and then you want to obviously trade the opposite direction. And then you want to make sure that the 5 minute is close to the ribbon. 10 points is a good gauge. And now there's two nuances here. If you get a bear bull div, then after rule one, rule one has to happen. But if you get a bear bull div after that, then rule two could be overlooked, right? But if it's going in the same direction, then it's even better. Then it's like, it's a laydown. If divergence gap occurs, and I'll explain that, between the ribbon and the 240, then rule 2 may also be overlooked. So when I come across those, I'll I'll go over that. My voice is still a little raspy.
Yeah, I totally
so
fucked up, and I had the image up. So can you open up the menu real quick on the CMP par,
Oh, sure.
just so people can take a screenshot if they want.
Absolutely.
Settings. Perfect. So in style, those bars that he has are right there. Go ahead and pop that open. And you can choose anything you want right there. But I really like the way his par is set up as far as those bars. So sorry I had the image up and you didn't see what I was talking about, but this is what we're talking about. Go ahead and continue.
Okay, and then these are the time frames I'm using for the ribbon. Is 12, 15, 24, 30. 240 is just kind of like my guide, right? And then the 5 minute is for entry. You can use 3 minute. You can change this to 3 if you want. It's up to the individual. So let me go. Let me look at Bitcoin, and I will. Okay. All right. So low time frame. It's basically called the low time frame or scalp ribbon. So what I wanted to do was kind of get an idea of how many opportunities would arise within a week. Okay. Now there's going to be some at 1, 2, 3, 4 a.m., which is not really an opportunity because I'm sleeping. In real life has to come into the play sometimes. Let me take a look here. And I'm going to go back 1 week. So that's the 22nd. And
but also keep in mind, we have people all around the world. So, you know.
Oh, yeah. If I miss at 3 a.m., somebody in London, this could be perfect. Exactly. Or Asia or whatever. All right, the 22nd. And we'll do 22nd in the afternoon. That'll be exactly a week. So I'm going to follow the rules so it doesn't matter that it's already happened. All right. And let's see. Okay, 22nd and then in the afternoon. Okay, so I'm going to start around here. Zoom out a little bit. Okay. So since we're starting 22nd afternoon, there's no trade because it's just kind of flipping back and forth. But the 4 hours going down, right? So is price. I'm on the hike in Ashley right now. I'm gonna take that off for this. I gotta go all the way back. Oh, hold on. 22nd. Go to. That's annoying. You can't even change a candle without the date changing. All right, here we go. All right, so here we go. This fits the rule, right? Rule number 1. If you guys disagree, speak up, say something. We're all talking here, and it's fine. It's only a few of us. So, boom. You got this ribbon going into oversold. And while this is happening, what you do is you can draw a line if you want, right? I'm going to draw a line. And I want to go back about 8 hours is key, right? So what time is this? At 8 p.m. So we'll go back to around noon. But you don't even have to go back that far. Yeah, like 4 to 6 hours. But nonetheless, the 4 hour is coming up to this point over the last, say, 4 to 8 hours. All right, so that rule number 2 is good to go. And so 1 and 2 is good. So all you really need to do is wait for a 5 minute dip down and then starting to move up. So right here, nope, that line is still coming down there. Okay, so what happens here? Show you guys what I got here. Okay. All right, so we're ready to buy here, and you don't want to buy while the 5 minute is still dropping. It's dropping here, lower here. This one is lower, so you don't touch it. Now this one, when it pops up, you got the bottom of the ribbon still kind of pointing down, right? So conservative would say, okay, don't take it because the ribbon didn't turn yet. It was the next one that turned. All right. Now, truth be told, as soon as that 5 minute popped up, I would have took it, right? But let's say you're following the rules exactly. You're in here, okay? Now, it's going to make, or it made a bull div, right? So now it doesn't even matter about rule 2. You got the bull div, and everything else was on point. So you take it soon as the 5 minute and the ribbon starts to go up, right here is your bull div entry, and there we go. So now you just lowered your average. All right, so this is considered one entry, and what did I hit? Hold on a second. Bear with me. I need to get back to Bitcoin. Okay. All right. So what's the date on that? December 22nd.
A date which will live in infamy.
All right. And okay, it was over here, right? There we go. Okay. December 22nd, 8:40. This is Eastern Standard Time. All right. So that's one opportunity. And I was awake, so that counts. I mean, I'm still going to mark the ones. All right. Now, up here, this is rule number 1. It's mostly in the overbought, so I'm ready. The ribbon's curling down, and the 5 minute had peaked out, and it's heading the other direction. So that gets a signal. Right there. Right, so that gets the pink or red, whatever. All right, there's your short. So December 22nd, 11:25. All right, I'm still awake, so that counts. That's 2 opportunities in that day. 1, 2. All right, so next. Now, what I kind of broke the rule number 2, 240 is going up. Okay. So we can actually delete that, right? Because that we broke the rule on that one. Except, sorry, if you look
Didn't
at
the
rule
rule
number,
also include if it's just flat in the middle, which it kind of sort of is?
well, you're right because it kind of flattened out here. And let's look at rule number 5. If there is a big divergence gap, and I put 25 points or about 25 points as a guide, let's take a look here. The bottom of the ribbon is at 19, and the 240 is at minus 10. That's 29 points. All right, and I'll have to draw this. You see that gap there? All right, that will allow you to break rule number 2. All right, so you always want to look for, and I was explaining this to Astronaut the other night. You always want to look for the difference when it gets away, like the sine and cosine, when it's kind of peaking up at the top, but the higher time frame is kind of staying steady. But you're right, that's kind of flat right here, and you have a divergence gap, so that stays. That short stays, and that was a definite play. You definitely made money on that. So that was December 22nd at 11:30. What was the moving on? All right, right here. Okay, so let me explain something here. This you don't have most of the ribbon in the oversold, but it dips down into a V pattern, and the 240 is clearly on a trend up. Okay. So this is an opportunity here, but it's at 2 a.m. All right. So me personally, I'm not going to count it. I won't even put a mark there. But that was tradable. And technically, the long that you got in has not been invalidated. Okay. You should still have a runner in that. And this was a head short because as long as your break even hasn't been taken out, in my opinion, you should still have some on that trade. Okay, so now we're looking for the next.
Did I miss you say that that at that short you would TP1 the long, or did you mention that yet?
No, I did not. So for this short, so for Bitcoin, I would say 0.75% is going to be kind of a standard TP1, or if you have the ribbon really starts to turn, so right here. I'm just going to put a white line for TP. Okay. But technically, you're still in the original long right now. Okay. But I'm not even going over TPs today. I just wanted to focus on how many opportunities you will usually get in a week's time. But yeah, you definitely would have. I mean, what was that? 96 to 94.8? Yeah, I'm always going to take a TP on even 500, 800,000 points move. All right, so moving on. All right, it's 5 a.m. All right, we're in overbought territory. Okay. It's got the divergence again. So again, we're at like 17, and now the 4 hours at minus 7. So that's plenty. That's close enough. You have the divergence, you have the 5 dropping, and the ribbons falling down. So right here is your play for your short. Now, this short's going to end up taking out your long. But this is valid. And what's the date on that? 23rd. But this might have been... Oh, no, it says 6 a.m. December 23rd, 6 a.m. All right, so that's 4 so far in a little over a day. Okay, so you don't do anything until... We're not even playing the zero line. You had kind of a hidden bearish div right here, but we're already in the play, and it hasn't gotten taken out because your stop is over the top here. So this is good. You're still in. If you want to add here, you can. But I'm not going to count this as another play. All right, right here, hidden bear div, 5-minute reversed. And here, the 4 hour is coming down. So you could even argue that this play is better than this one because the 4 hour turn. Right? So now you just keep looking for the opposite. So once you short, you're looking for the long, vice versa. All right, so 4 hours coming down. We're in oversold. 4 hours coming down. And the 5 has to be close. So if you took this, right, being that the 5 got way away, but 4 hours coming down here, 4 hours still coming down. It's diverged, but it's not huge. This is only a difference of like 10 points. This could have been a nice little quick scalp. Let's check the rules. All right, so there's no bear bull div here. I mean, there's no bull div, and the divergence isn't high. So no, I would not. You don't take this trade. Now, here, you got a bull div. You got a regular bull div here. Okay. So now it's not as much of a concern of the 4 hour, right? Got a bull div there, and your stop would be you might have gotten stopped out on this. We'll say maybe you get stopped out on that one, right? But right here, you have a triple bull div, right? Because price went down, down, indicator went up, up, right? Higher lows, and the 5 minute turned, and right here the 4 hours coming up. So this is beautiful, right? And December 24th, this is Christmas Eve. December 24th at 3:25. All right. Now I'm going to move a little bit faster. All right, I'm going to speed this up a little bit. Okay, so as we're just looking for opportunities, divergence, 5 minute turning down. We're in overbought territory. The ribbon turns. Here's your short. Right there. All right. Just going to write down the date. December 24th at 6:25. 4th, 6:25. Boom. Moving on. Now we're looking for the long. All right. Okay. This was not the majority of the ribbon. Comes up. All right. Not in the overbought. So nothing there. All right. Again, the ribbon just kind of touches. I mean, here you could argue for a long. I want something a little bit more clear. So when you're watching it, there's not really a lot of mistranslation. Okay, here it's good. Half the ribbon's in there, and the 4 hour is trending up. The 5 hour reverses. So this has it. Is that a bull div? Wait. Okay. Now, even if you miss this one, with this intense rise here, and how price just barely moved up a little bit, you got a hidden bull div right here. And it had all the other factors. It came out of the rule number 1. The 4 hours really starting to turn up the heat here. And the 5 minute, it's crossing the zero line, but we'll just say this opportunity right here. December 24th at 6 a.m. Okay. And now, that was your moneymaker right there, right? So, we're in oversold, but that ribbon's going up steep. You leave that alone. Leave it alone. Still going up. 4 hours coming up steep. Now, as I had said before in several other live sessions, when the ribbon is getting really wide like this, just let it play out, right? It's not really a good opportunity. It's usually going to denote sideways movement. And it was such a strong move that its sideways was actually a sideways up. Okay. Now, 4 hour is so right here where you're thinking, oh, maybe we should short because the ribbon's coming down. But the 4 hour is coming up, and there's no real divergence between the ribbon and the 4 hour. So you don't short here. That's not an opportunity. This is not a long opportunity either, based off of the conservative method here. But you're still in this long anyway, right? That's not taken out, so you're still in it anyway. So you don't need any more longs. Now we got a bear div. Middle of the ribbon. Middle of the ribbon. Okay. And price. Technically, I'm like over here, but let's just say here. Here. It's basically flat. That is a hidden bear div right there. And we already had this activated rule 1, right? But it just didn't have the other factors. But now the ribbon is thin. The 4 hours flattening out. You could argue that it's not quite yet, so maybe you wait a little bit, right? And take it when the 4 hours dropping. I'll put a couple lines in. Okay, so here's where I liked it, but if you're following the rules, it might have been a little bit challenging. But here, the 4 hours flat, actually starting to turn, and the ribbon is really starting to crank down. This one's not going to pay a lot, that's for sure. And you're still a little bit into that long. This is your other, if you're doing one cross, one isolated. Right, so this is 98.4, and doesn't really even give you like 500 points. So what you could do here, but let me write that down, December 24th, 7 p.m. Right, not every opportunity is going to be banger. And you see how it's just kind of riding along the 0 line? Okay, boom, here we go. So we went into overbought the ribbon, the 5-minute turned. The 4 hours flat. All right, so we'll take it. All right, because you're not always going to know perfectly. So there's a short there. And that gave you a 1,000-point move. All right, let me confirm. 98.8 to 97.8. So TP1, and then you'll probably get stopped out. But let's see. Yeah, this wick right here would have stopped you out of the rest of the short. Or if you just had your stop at break even, then you got your TP1 here and you're out. So moving along, that was December 25th at 5:45. I think I got one of the dates wrong, but it doesn't matter. I'm just looking at how many opportunities in a week. All right, so moving along. Okay, this doesn't fit rule 1. All right, and we're not in oversold. All right, here we go. Rule 1 activated. Okay, 4 hours kind of going up though, and there's no divergence, so you got to let that one go. Okay, so rule 1 is activated. All right, so this is still good, right? And now you have back up into oversold or overbought, and then as soon as the 4 hours starting to come down, you can take that short anywhere in here. This is all valid. And if you guys have any doubts or questions on it, please say something. It's an open forum, December 25th at 7 p.m. Right, and we're getting up. Okay, so you're in the short. There's no long, no long. Okay, so here.
Wait, did you call that one a par gap or a divergence? Because I didn't see a divergence, but I do see a par gap.
Where, right here?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't remember calling it either of those things. Just that this was a bear div, right? Ribbons basically straight across, and price made a higher high here. So it was a bear div.
Oh, you're going with that div. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was seeing it as a par gap.
And, well, you're right. It's also a par gap, too. And I haven't even really been focused on that in this particular session tonight. But you're right, that is a par gap. All right, so there's no long right here. Nope, that 4 hours coming down. It is a divergence gap from the ribbon and the 4. You know what? I'm gonna say this might have been taken right here. Right? I can live with this. This was a definite fail. I don't even have the pivots up, but let's just say, just based off of this system, because it was a divergence gap, but the 4 hours coming down, when it's coming down like that, you got to kind of always be kind of wary anyway. This would have been classified a risky long, and that got stopped out. I didn't even get TP1 on that. So this was a fail, and I'll go ahead and put a dash line. And what is that? December 26th at, oh, you know what? This is at almost at 1 a.m. So it doesn't count for me, right? But that would have been a fail. But I'd be sleeping here. So like I said, I would have missed that. I'm in this long from 5 p.m. 7 p.m. Okay, take it down. Now, the London 5 a.m. kill shot, right? That's the very bottom. They love that time frame too. All right, so here it's a divergence gap. Ribbon's turning up. 5 turns up. But even if I took this ribbon got really wide really quick, and it's still this is a really steep move. When it's this steep on 4, I'm usually not going to touch it. But I'll mark it. Right? And this wasn't really solid. Alright, so that's 5:30 a.m. on the 26th. Alright, so we're 4 days in. We got 3 days left here. But you should still be in the short. The runner should still be running anyway. Alright, so now we're looking for the next opportunity. Right? It's all sideways movement. I mean, you had a couple peaks in the over, but each time these peaked out into overbought, it was a divergence from the 4. So that's meaning that this is going to magnetize back into the 4 hour. Right? It's always going to want to come back. All right, here we go. All right. 4 hours basically flat. I mean, it kind of went up, sharp move up, sharp move down. Most of the ribbon is in oversold. And the 5-minute turns, the ribbon turns. Let's put our long right here. Everything is confirmed up. The candle's closed, and that's what you would see in real time. But I hit it here on this candle. All right, do that. This is obviously a wham bam, thank you, ma'am. 95.2 to 97.4, 2200. So TP1, TP2, stop it, break even, and you're gonna just get stopped out. All right, but that's valid. That's the 27th at 3. Oh, wait a second. That's 3 a.m. I wouldn't have taken that. I would have missed that. But I'll put it down as an opportunity. Like you said, there's people all over the world. Actually, you know what? I'm going to cross. I want to kind of cross the line through the 1 a.m., the 3 a.m., and there was a 3:25. All right. So here we go. Setting up for a long. Ribbons in there. 4 hours flat. Okay. All right. Not the best play, but this is a signal right here. Gotta take it. That's at 10 a.m. All I care is I got TP1 out of this. Let's see. What is that? At 94.2. It went up. 94.9. Maybe, maybe not. But stop loss will be right here. But Now the 4 hours kind of coming down. Let me mark that down. 27th, 10 a.m. or 11 a.m. And stop loss. So we got two of them stopped out, right? All right, here we go. Flat and all just flat, and you're not seeing anything really juicy here either. So it's good. Par kind of lets you know. Nothing. That's just peaked out while it's diverged. Okay. This looked kind of good, but it doesn't. It's not roll one. Okay. Remember, I'm not taking stuff that I would like kind of scalp on. I'm taking stuff that's much more secure. All right, this fits the rules. All right. Most of the ribbon is an oversold. 5-minute turn. 4 hour is clearly in an uptrend. And let's see what this one gave us. This one got us in at the bottom here. 94.9 and 95.2. 95.260. This is a weekend too. Oh. I would have got impatient and got up, but this is another one stopped out here. So let me put that as a dash, and I'll mark it down. December 28th, 9 p.m. 9 p.m. Stop loss. All right, here we go. So you missed that big move there. All right, here we go. Okay, 4 hours coming down. No real divergence. So you leave this, right? Now it sets up for a bull div. Right? So when it's a bull div, you can kind of forgive the little bit of movement down on the 4 hour. And here we go. That gets a solid. Right. Here, this was a good one. 93.1 to 94.2. That's a definite win. That's December 29th at 6:15. Okay. So I'm gonna stop here. Yeah, is there any more? Nope. Okay. What's up?
Oh no. I was just gonna give you a time
Okay.
check.
So that's it. 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is probably the worst back testing I've seen in a while. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16 opportunities in a 7-day period. So it's about what I thought. The last time I did this, it was like 18 in a week. So it's going to average between like 2 and 3 opportunities based off of this set of rules and waiting for the totally overbought or oversold. Now, you can do the zero line crosses and trade scalps in between and still look at the divergence gap and par gaps in there. But using a very clear visual and waiting for it to get into these zones, you got about a 2 to 2.5 average a day opportunities. And on this, there was 3 stop outs out of 16. So that's still a pretty good win rate. And 3 of the trades I wouldn't have taken because it was just the wrong time of day. Excuse me. All right, so anybody have a specific coin now that they want to look up? And I'll try to go real quick. But you can do this back test on your own. Orange line. Yeah, orange line is the 4 hour. Yeah. Thank you. Did you think of a coin yet, Dragon? Oh, and then I'll just tell you guys my results when I did a similar test on the medium time frame.
Lifecoin all the way.
So on the medium time frame, it was 18 in a 1 month period, and I'm gonna tell you the numbers of the moves. I mean, this is incredible. I didn't see any losers. You know, maybe one, but doing it on the mid time frame, there was no losers out of 18, and one of them was like a $67,000 move. 1,000, 2,500, 1,200, 500, 6,500, 1,000, 1,000, 5,000, 600, 2,800, 1,500, 5,000, 5. So basically, so if you were long, it was like 6,500 points until you shorted, and then it was like 1,000 points till you long, and then so it was like on average like 2,500 points.
On one of those big moves.
Yeah, using the mid time frame.
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
Bitcoin may not be the best because I don't think it has the volatility range as other coins. For this backtesting. But for something that's obviously like a 1% move on Bitcoin, you know, that's what, 1,000 points.
Right.
And so.
Well, yeah, with being 100,000 now, 1% move is amazing.
Yeah.
But the backtest on the mid time frame was far superior, and that's what I really want to try to focus on. But and then just, you know, I'll still do these scalp plays in between. No, all right.
Let's do. Let's see, what's a good volatile coin? I don't know. AI is the hype right now. AI is the narrative with.
You want to do ARC? That thing's nuts.
I think Hype the Hyperliquid coin had some pretty up and down strong price action recently.
Oh, you want to do that one?
Yeah, maybe check it on the 1 hour, 4 hour chart first just to see what's up.
Excuse me.
Jeez, Mickey. Banging on that one. All right.
I'm a
1 hour. Well, what do you want to look at, astronaut?
The backtesting. Say backtesting that you were doing.
You want to do the low time frame, or you want to do the mid one?
I was just thinking of it because it had a lot of ups and downs over the past 2 weeks. So if you're looking at 2 weeks, maybe do the 1 hour instead of the 5 minute.
Okay, but it doesn't work like that. It's either low time frame with this very small number of ribbons, or the mid time frame with like 150, 4 hour, 5 and 6.
Do the mid time frame for time's sake.
All right, let's do that. So let's look at.
And to clarify, mid time frame obviously is the ones that have longer times. The low time frames are the ones with like scalp settings.
And so I want to use. I think I'll use a 16 hour for the orange line in this one. 16 is, what is that?
You want me to do the math for you?
Yeah, figure it out. It's 960.
Yeah.
So let's do that.
My multiplication button's the same button as my mute on my calculator.
Oh, really?
Yes, I'm like screaming the answer, but nothing's coming through.
All right, let's do hype, and then this will be it because it's getting late. All right, so I like that to be dark. Like lines thick. Okay, so let's do 2 weeks. See how many opportunities we had. So we'll start on like the 14th here. All right. So here we go. Here's play number 1. Ribbon is oversold. Check.
Bear div.
So now it's not the 5-minute, it's the 50-minute, right? 50-minute turns, check. Orange line turn, check. So that gets a line.
And then a bear
You
div.
get a line. It's actually a bear div too. Okay. So check.
Check.
Good. Okay. So on this play, the percentage counts until you switch, which would be here. Even if this doesn't work out to a long, this is definitely a spot where you would TP, right? So let's see what the percentage move is. All right, that is 16%, and that was one opportunity. All right, so good. So this is a long because it's diverged. The orange line does turn. The columns turn up. It's got everything. Okay. What's kind of nice is even if you're late to the party, you usually can do pretty well with this. Right. Stop loss would be below here with a cushion, and that never touches, so you're good. Right. So you're in this. What's the percentage? I see the long or the shorts over here. 27%. Shit. But this is spot.
Why wouldn't you? No, it's perp. You're on perps.
Oh, I thought hype was spot.
It's perped.
Oh, okay.
I think
Why
it's
wouldn't
only
I
up to 3x. Why wouldn't you exit at the first retraction of the ribbon?
Oh, right here?
No. Keep going. To your right.
Oh, right here?
Nope. Keep going. Keep going. Next, the big hump in the oversold. The first one. Yeah, that would have been my exit.
Yeah, you could exit that.
I know, but like, what would make you hold?
Well, here, I'll tell you. Look, you see the orange?
Oh.
Look how steep that is. I mean, you definitely wouldn't want to short when it's this steep, right? You don't want to take it.
You'd be looking for the orange is kind of like almost like a confirmation on a reversal when you're exiting.
The 4 is your guide, and when it's screaming up like that, you're good. I mean, sure, you could have TP'd one here, all up in here. Why not? There's probably we don't even have the pivots up, so there was probably something there that it hits.
For
something.
Me, when the higher time frame or the highest time frame is screaming up or down, that's just a confirmation to like, hey, leave the runner, and just kind of let it ride. Because
Right, exactly.
I don't know about other people, but I'm always tempted to just like close the whole trade and walk away. And then you see it keeps going. And then that's when you get in trouble trying to re-enter the trade like an idiot.
Yeah.
And you're buying the top or whatever. So when I see that higher time frame, just like the 4 hour or whatever, use it to your advantage of like confirmation or a reminder being like, hey, this thing's got momentum. I'm going to let the runner run. Or sometimes I like to set a lofty goal for a blow off top and TP at a limit order and exit the whole trade that way. If there's like a key POI or something historical, and be like, no, it's never going to reach.
Yeah.
I mean, even if you TP'd in the center, this turtle soup here, that's 18%. I mean, who cares? I mean, that's great. And then you just put your other, your remainder at maybe stop loss here below the golden pocket or something. And that's even there. Even if it came back to that on the remaining, that's still a 7% over a day and a half. So yeah. But anyway.
And I would leave a runner until all the way up to that high when you get that bear div on the 5 minute or whatever it is.
You always want to leave with this method. You always want to leave something till a trade the opposite direction, and even then you can still leave a runner.
Trump coin is on a fucking hyperliquid perps.
Oh, nice. Good. All right, hold on a second. I just gotta check something. Moving along. Okay, so yeah, so you gotta have some skin in the game until there's a reversal. So this is not a short here because of the orange line is screaming up, and it's not very far from the ribbon, so it's not really divergence. And you have kind of a par gap on the column one, the 50-minute. So that's gonna, like right here, that's gonna come pop back up. Anyway, so okay, so you're gonna be a little bit late on the short. Wait, so right here the orange turns, and the 4-hour turns right here. Boom. Actually, that's not that late. Nothing wrong with that entry. There's your short. So this is 3 so far, right, Mickey? Yeah, 3. So you're not getting as many on hype as I did with BTC. BTC I got, but that was 18 within a month, so it was about 1 trade about every 2 days on the mid time frame. Here it's like 1 trade every 3 days. So that's why it's not as fun, because you got to really be very patient, but these pay off way more. All right, so so we're in this short now. I mean, you could TP when it's hitting the golden pocket. I mean, again, I don't have the pivots up, but I'm sure there would have been a TP somewhere in here, but there's no long, so you're still holding that trade until boom. Here we go. But orange is still going down, the 960, and it's not super diverged. So technically, you want to wait till I'll show you. Right here, you want all the lines going up. Right? Boom. And there's your long. So here, what's the percentage on that? About 18%. And then you're in this long, and here we are. And so, and currently at 20%, there's definitely no short signal. So you're in this, right, Mickey?
No.
Oh, I thought. Oh, liquid was the coin.
Liquid. It's not on hyper. It's not on TradingView. It's only on hyperliquid.
Oh, okay. All right. But this is hype. Is this hype? The exchange?
Hype is the coin for hyperliquid.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. So this would be like investing in your exchange.
In a way, yeah. I think I'm not sure what they do with the liquidity they get from that, but
Well, it's definitely on fire, and this thing is really doing well compared to
it's one of our long-term hold bags, just to give away secrets on the private Discord.
Okay, good. All right, so in a 2-week period, you had 4 entries, but I mean these were all 20% average move, so nothing wrong with that. So there you go. That's how you backtest. Pick a coin, use these rules, right? And really, you don't even look at all the other rules until you get into the oversold and you wait for that turn, right? You're not longing here, turns, and then boom. That's when you want to get in. And then you look for many, many, many times, they're going to come back and give you that second entry opportunity that you got here. This was it's right here. The orange started turning again. So that's it. Any questions? I'm gonna start looking in the mid time frame. Yeah.
Did
So
you see the rule that I added?
you added a rule.
Yeah.
Don't be gay or retarded or fake. Somebody, there was a meme that, you know, the meme with the brain, and the brain's like, "Hey, what you doing? Are you going to sleep?" And the lady's like, "Yeah, I have a long day tomorrow. I gotta catch up. I gotta get some rest." And then she's got her eyes closed. Brain's like, "Wait till you see what Trump does tomorrow." This is wide awake.
That's
This has
hilarious.
definitely been a whirlwind.
All right, well, let's call it here, and then I wouldn't mind you guys sticking around after the live stream.
Yeah, I can stick around.
All right. Thanks for joining us, everybody. We're going to move this over to the private Discord. If you want to have access to that, go to www.cartoonmoneypunches.com. Click the Start Now button and join us with a month's free trial. See if you like us. So I hope to see you guys in the Discord.